Hello everybody and welcome to today's show, Tarot Card Lessons Made Easy with Lady Leeanna, where we're taking two cards that are of similar nature within the major arcana right now and picking them apart symbolically, looking at all the symbols, seeing what they mean and what the card in general means in both the reverse position and upright position. And today, what I'm going to highlight for you is the moon. Yes. And death. Whew, you knew it would come. Death is imminent and always comes. But today, it's only coming in the meaning that it's time for us to go into a little bit of the darker and more negative cards, whether we want to or we don't. The moon card. Let's see. Now, no, after I've told you in all of the other, lessons that you should pull out your own tarot cards that you should have by now. And so go ahead and do that. And we'll begin. Alright, the moon. Shows a moon with a woman's face looking down upon the earth. Kind of in a nurturing nature, watching all the creation as it's in bloom, even in the nighttime. You also have the two towers in the back, split apart, with a winding path that goes in between them, and a set of dogs, wild and civilized it looks like. Looks like a regular house dog and it looks like a coyote, which makes a lot of sense considering that the regular dog is basically the civilized animal from the uncivilized being that it was in the past. But you have two dogs, one civilized and one not. And you have a pond with a crayfish coming out of it up behind the dogs. Kind of hazardous if you ask me. At least that's the way it's trying to portray itself here, which means hidden or latent dangers that are coming in to get you. Let's see. So with the moon, and you have the yods that are trickling below the moon itself and falling down, generally represents rays of light matter for good. It's supposed to be a positive thing, meaning luck. But, in with all the other stuff, you have to wonder what was behind the creator's mind on this particular thing. Because in essence, the card means deception, secret foes that lie ahead. Watch out for that which is around you, which is a danger to all. Conflict, battle within oneself, not knowing which way to go in a matter. Also, something that you're guarding or protecting could be in danger. And so that's what this card particularly means. The water is generally love and harmony, but even from love comes the big crayfish monster, the thing that can hurt you. So a lot of times this card could have a meaning to do with be careful about the love you're about to embark on. It could be hazardous as far as your heart is concerned. There could be dangers of you getting hurt. And it says also, you may already be at your guard to do with this love relationship, but you're conflicting or battling within yourself about it as it is, but don't want to listen to your own knowledge or wisdom that comes from within. So, I believe that we've covered the moon in the upright position. And the downside position basically means about the same thing, but generally refers to a deception that has been uncovered. Dangers are imminent and you will get hurt by it. Watch out for things to do with a friend that may not be a friend and is out to get you. Yes, that little crazy thinks, yes, they're all your friends, but they're going to get you. Anyway, just kidding. But yes, it's the exact opposite of its regular meaning, but you may add to that that the deception is definitely around you and it takes the form of a friend. And as far as love goes, it may be also saying, in respect to other cards, that this man has hurt other women before. You already know that, you know the dangers, and yet you're still taking chances. Why do you do these things? Okay, and so we've covered the moon. Next, what we are covering, like I said, is death. Okay, the death card is a very dark and negative card. And everybody is confused by its meaning and want to proclaim it to mean that someone is about to die. This is not the case by far. Death is a subconscious card. It's a card to do with the depth of an individual. It's to do with transformations and changes that are necessary to prevent destruction. That doesn't necessarily have to do with death, but transformation and change that is necessary to prevent trouble in the future, to do with any and all types of situations. Depending on what the cards are that come with it, will give you an idea as to what the situation is that needs changing. But the form, the change that's needed, is in the form of the cosmic conscious, which is now on the verge of blending with the universal, which means the changes are within inside one. One needs to change inside themselves, or change their mind about something, or their mode of action, to prevent their own disaster. Problems that they're going to create, either for themselves, or could be for other people. Generally, the way the horse is trolloping over all the people that lay at the hoofs, it's saying that the subject of the reading needs to change their mode of action because they're going through carelessly, not knowing or caring what they're doing to the people that are around them. And they're heading for disaster, and they could lose all the people that are around them. The black banner could mean death of a situation. Not the death of an individual, mind you, but something ending, something changing, and could be for the better. However, where it involves the subject of the reading himself or herself, it means that the changes are needed to bring on better happiness and to prevent hardships in the future or disaster. So, very, very deep card. And there's a lot more in here that should be gone over. Like, who are the people in the card? What do they represent? Why is there a baby, a woman, and another child? It shows the moon back behind the same two towers, by the way, that are in the moon itself. You know, which means duality, changes, battle within oneself. So, you know, basically, these are very deep cards to do with the subconscious, and they're also about changes. One is a warning to change your path, because there's secret foes that are already around you. One is a warning to change your path, because there's dangers coming ahead. And you really need to pay attention to these two cards, because they mean business. Now, death card in the upside down position represents the same thing exactly that it meant in the upright position, but to a worse degree. It means these disasters are deadly, and not only to yourself. That's a very, very negative card, and it says also the subject is not bound to do this change that is needed. So, use your own judgment within this, but remember that if you're going to read the cards, you obviously have faith in them. And if you have faith in them, you better listen to yourself. And if you're going to listen to yourself, you may as well convince your clients to listen to you, because if you have that much faith in yourself, then they should too. Anyway, alright, well, y'all take it easy. That's it for this edition of Tarot Card Lessons Made Easy with Lady Leeanna. Join us again as we highlight our next duo pair. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.